Alright guys, today we're going to be showing you how to disassemble a SR20 head. This is a Redtop. It was painted black, but it is a Redtop S13 SR20. First off, we're going to start by taking off the valve cover bolts. They're all the way around here. Just go and take them off, not in too specific of an order, you know, just get them off there. But basically just take off all those bolts. Obviously she's really dirty, we'll clean that later. Go ahead and set it down for now. So basically what you're going to do here, I got a 1 and what was this? 1 and 1/16 to fit on here. You're just going to get it down here and do a compression stroke till you get to this tick mark right here. You can see the 6 different tick marks. Get to the last one to where the dot matches up right here. This one's going to be a little bit more upright. This one's going to be a little bit to the left. Next you're going to take off this chain tensioner right here. That's going to be a 10 mil. Take off the chain tensioner. Carefully slide it out. I'm going to highly suggest to keep everything bagged up and make sure you know where everything is and don't drop stuff like I just did. Next you take off the cam positioning sensor. Just take off these 2 bolts. There should be one up here on the top. Slide it out very carefully. Comes out like that. Next we're going to remove this timing chain guide right here. Both of these. There's a bolt and a washer on it, so don't lose those. Alright guys, what we got to take off next is the camshaft sprockets. There's 2 of them, one right here, one right here. I've already taken this one out. Still got to get this one loose. What you're going to do is you're going to take a 15/16 socket right here, and I believe it's a 1 and 1/16 wrench right here, right in this hex piece right here. You're going to hold this side, you're going to twist this side off. Alright, so I cheated there a little bit. I used an impact. Just don't want to mess anything up. Alright, now we're going to remove the camshafts. So you guys got rocker stoppers on there. It's going to remove those too. Basically, taking off all these bolts right here, getting these oil lines off of here. I do have the diagram of the order to go in, and you're going to need to follow this diagram to make sure you don't crack any of your cams. So basically y'all can go back and pause that a little bit. I kept it on for you guys just for a couple seconds just so y'all can see that. But yeah, we're just going to follow this order. We're going to loosen these bolts first. We don't want to take them off all the way. We're going to loosen them up and then slowly take them off one by one. This is going to take a 10 millimeter. Just put it on a 3/8 ratchet. Remember, just loosen them up, not take them all the way off. I'm going to put an extension on it just for these first 2, just so I can get around those cam gears. Just doing little half turns on these. Basically just starting on the outside and working your way in. Just kind of follow that same pattern here a little bit. So as you're taking off these sleeves here, you want to make sure you take them off in the same order. You know, if they're already loose, it probably doesn't matter too much, but I just kind of took them off in the same order because to get this one off, it'll free this up. Anyways, make sure you label these sleeves. Also these bolts, it's not too big of a deal if these bolts go in the wrong spot when you put them back in. It's just that each side is different lengths, so one side's going to be short and then this side's going to be long. Also make sure you label the sleeves where they were, so it'd be like right 1, right 2, right 3, right 4, right 5, just because these sleeves have created little grooves in them that work with these camshafts, and if they get out of spot, it's going to mess everything up. All the cams are going to be running against these grooves that are not the same as when they went back in. Not to mention the fittings will be a little bit different. Alright, we got all the bolts out over here, all those retainers off of it. We're going to go ahead and do the other side. That graph that I gave you guys, just look off that. Basically, it's kind of the opposite order. You start here, across, down, cross, and work your way in. Basically, it's not too hard. Just follow that. Inch them off one by one. Don't like I said earlier, don't take them off all at once, just that one bolt, you know, half twist, half twist, half twist, then do a full twist after that, and then just slowly work them all off, or else it's gonna add tensions in different spots that you don't want it. So basically just follow that guide and you guys should be all right. Again, I cannot stress this enough too. You need to make sure that you take these, these screws off, take these retainers off in the same order, and then once you get them off, keep track and literally label everything. You do not want to be coming back around and being like, oh geez, is this where this goes? I don't know. So that's when you done fucked up your motor. And cams can snap if you take them off in wrong spots. One thing to look for too is when you take these little retainers off, make sure they're not gouged like this one. Okay, this one's gonna have an oil line in it, but just make sure you run your fingers in there and make sure there's no gouge in them. Nothing's wrong with it. If there's some big gouges in there, you know, that's a problem. Gonna have to probably talk to a machine shop about that, replace them possibly. So the exhaust side over here, it's gonna have these little gouges in here. That's just from the actual retainer, so don't worry about that if you're like, oh, okay, that's messed up. It's just that exhaust side. The intake side's not gonna have them. The exhaust side will, but that's also just another way to figure out which side's left, which side's right. We got the bolts out, we got the retainers off, everything's labeled, good to go. So we're gonna take off these cam gears. They just kind of slide off like that. So to get these cams out, you might be like, why are they not coming out? You know, they're pretty strong in there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take out that 1/16 wrench. So you're gonna take this right here, and you're gonna slightly turn it, and it's gonna pop it out. Like just barely give it a little tap, and it's gonna slide out these cams. And there you go. There you got your cam out. Now we just gotta do the exact same thing the other side over there. There we go. Kind of just gotta wiggle her a little bit. She'll come out. Just to remember it so you don't have to label it, exhaust side cam gear is gonna be slightly longer than the one on the right, the very tip of it, just because it's got a longer cam gear on it. It's got the spindle right here. Now just kind of get these to where they're not gonna fall, they're gonna fall down here, these cam gears. They still got the chain on there and everything. Just kind of get them so they're not gonna just fall down there, the chain's gonna fall off. Just kind of put them next to each other so they rest against each other. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove these cam gears. Just kind of a little slack in them. Move to the side. Slowly take them out. Try not to damage them. Alright guys, next up now we got some cylinder head bolts in here. There's gonna be one right here. One right here. This is the front of the motor right here. So one right here, one right here. And they're gonna have two in here where your cam gears were. They're brass colored. So you can one right here, one right here. You're just gonna go ahead and take those off. It's gonna be a 10 mil. Alright guys, we got those out. Now I'm just gonna use a 10 mil ratchet wrench on these. This one back here is a little tricky to get to. So this really short one just came off this outside spot right here. Keep that in mind. This longer one, both outside ones have double washers. This longer one came out the back side, right back here. And then of course, the inside ones were longer with the single washer on it. Alright guys, once again, we are going to be taking off some bolts in a certain order. These are cylinder head bolts. Basically I have the diagram right here. Alright guys, to take these head bolts off, we're going to be doing it in the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here's the front. I'm on this left side, and we're going to be using a 10 mil. Just putting it down in here like this, and I'm actually taking the handle from the engine stand to use it as some leverage right here. And just going to kind of slowly take them off like that. So basically what we got next is we are down to the last two head bolts here. We're going to take these two off, and it's better if you have someone here to go and grab the head and he's gonna just put it on the ground lightly. So yep, we're gonna go ahead and take off these final 2 bolts. There it goes. All right, see? Yeah, you kind of just gotta pry it up a little bit. Got it off. All good to go. Good thing I took this head off. There's freaking crap in the cylinders. That would have been nice to run. Not gonna send the block off. We're just gonna send the head. So I gotta take everything out of it. You know, valves, springs, retainers, all that fun stuff. Alright guys, so this basically concludes the video. Just the removal of the head off the SR20det S13 Redtop. I'm going to be doing another video tomorrow about just the disassembly of the actual head, taking everything out, you know, putting in new springs, new retainers. So all that's going to be a lot of fun. New cams. So we'll have a disassembly video, we'll have an assembly video with all the new stuff. Other than that, like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Want to see what you guys think. We'll see you guys next time.